Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those who are new, I know you can benefit. So I just wanted to check in and shoot the breeze, talk about veganism. That's the vegan and Jules Blessed Vegan. So I was just thinking, I try to be largely high carb, low fat, raw vegan. It's still a mouthful. And I try and have a sense of what I'm eating. I did not write down my food yesterday, so I was going to wing it. And then, of course, I wasn't prepared for my food when we went out. I ended up eating out. I went ahead and looked up the menu to at least find out what was totally vegan. And I absolutely only ate vegan, but it wasn't my best. Excuse me, Mama's doing a video. No. When I do my food, I think about the energy of the food and the life force of the food. So largely, I'm only considering fruit and vegetables and then really healthy plant-based fat, right? But today, I did eat vegan only, and it wasn't junk food vegan by any means, but it wasn't completely raw either. And that just doesn't make me feel as good. And I was kind of realizing I'm off my game. I feel like I'm kind of leaning to the left a little, like I'm kind of dizzy, even though I keep functioning. So prayers welcome on that. But anyway, I went ahead and rewarded myself in my Urge jar. And I haven't talked about the Urge jar in a while. I have a video a couple months back, which was how to overcome compulsive behaviors. And this was created by Brooke Castillo, who is the founder of the Life Coach School. I hope that's true. Life Coach School. Pretty sure that's right. But anyway, Brooke Castillo. And you can look up Urge Jar in the search engine and it'll come up. So I earned 4 more beads, and this is the second time I'm filling this jar. And it's just one more tool, and I'm happy to use it. So the other thing is, I was kind of reflecting on my vegan journey, and usually, I say why I want to be vegan, why I want to use my rebounder every day, which is part of the Dawn's Happier Rebounder Challenge, which I've also mentioned, and you can find that on Instagram. It's never too late to join, where you're encouraged to rebound at some point every day for 1 minute or more. I try and do 27 minutes. Sometimes it's more. Every once in a while it's 20, which I think is really the least amount. And then I try and exercise my arms. But anyway, my point is, I usually say why I do those things. I kind of want to say why I don't do some things. The reason I rebound is because I don't want to be obese anymore. I don't want to be in a position where if I go down to the ground for something, I'm afraid I can't get up. Where if I need to go upstairs, I'm afraid I'll be so winded that I can't make it to the top, or I'm going to have an anxiety attack or an asthma attack. I don't want those things in my life. I choose to eat vegan and, high carb, low fat, raw vegan because I don't want to die of the 6 most popular diseases on the planet. I don't want cancer. I don't want high blood pressure. I don't want acid reflux. It's a lot of don'ts. Even though I'm saying yes to these things, is because of the don'ts in my life. It was kind of funny. I was processing that earlier. Anyway, one other thing, and I'll leave this as the icon for the video, so you don't have to write it down, but it will be the icon. And I was kind of going through vegan quotes, because right now I am just trying to be completely vegan no matter what. And I have compromised at times, and I am over that. So I've been trying to empower myself with documentaries, vegan quotes, everything I can to just really be strong in what is essentially a new lifestyle for me. This coming month, and I'm blessed to do the Tanny Raw Reset. And as always, Tanny Raw is just my guru, my unofficial mentor, meaning I have claimed her as that, much to her surprise. But anyway, Tanny Raw is an amazing social media personality who largely promotes raw vegan, but the vegan lifestyle. And at Tanny Raw, TANNYRAW, TannyRaw.com, there may still be openings for what is the Raw Reset. And it is just one intense month with a ton of people who are like-minded that are all trying to improve their life and honor the world through veganism, and especially raw veganism for those who can. But it doesn't matter where you are in your process, she will move you forward. So I am blessed to be part of that. I'm going to look forward to that. But it was 1 year ago through the Tanny Raw Reset that I kind of even got a start on changing my lifestyle. And before that, I was kind of picking and choosing through her 2,500 plus videos on YouTube to just kind of inform myself on just what being vegan was and how people eat that way and what the deal was. And then finally I did the Raw Reset in July, and that got me started, though not totally intentioned. And finally by January I did a second reset and was absolutely on board, and as I barely tripped my way to success for the last 6 months. I've largely just been completely successful, and this will be my third reset, and I'm thrilled to do it. So anyway, this is a really interesting quote. As always, I have a fly, a baby fly, who is haunting me. Bear with me through that. It's summer. We have horses, a pig, 5 dogs, and flies. Too many flies to count. All right, so this is what it says. It says, being vegan is easy. Are there social pressures that encourage you to continue to eat, wear, and use animal products? Of course there are. But in a patriarchal, racist, homophobic, and ableist society, there are social pressures to participate and engage in sexism, racism, homophobia, and ableism. At some point, you have to decide who you are and what matters morally to you. And once you decide that you regard victimizing vulnerable non-humans is not morally acceptable, it is easy to go and stay vegan. And that's by Gary L. Francione. So let's break that down a second. Being vegan is easy. Are there social pressures that encourage you to continue to eat, wear, and use animal products? Of course there are. But in a patriarchal, which means it favors men, racist, of course, against anyone you don't understand, homophobic, again, maybe a lifestyle you don't understand, and ableist was new to me. Ableist means we favor those who have full function of their body, but discriminate against those who don't. So those in wheelchairs, those missing limbs, those, mentally disabled, whatever. There are social pressures to participate and engage in sexism, racism, homophobia, and ableism. At some point, you have to decide who you are and what matters morally to you. That's so true. Do you think harming animals, using animals for our own needs and pleasure, is morally a problem? I've been realizing that it absolutely is. Absolutely is. Okay, so it says, once you decide to regard victimizing vulnerable non-humans, so anyone who's not human, and you know me, I refer to my dogs and stuff as people, right? But anything that isn't human, if you are victimizing that and decide finally that it's morally unacceptable, then it's easy to go and stay vegan. And I will tell you, because of the years and years and years behind me of just easily flip-flopping into veganism, right? We're vegans and they are vegetarians. So vegetarianism, because for me as a child, I was allergic to milk. I could not drink milk in its pure form. I could not eat eggs in their pure form. I would absolutely throw up if I ate eggs. But when they were hidden in a product, when they just used milk, which like milk and ice cream changes its enzyme, the form of it changes. Eggs inside certain treats didn't affect me the same way. And so I was able to eat them. And so, I just would go back and forth every second. Well, I mean, they're not killing the animals. Like, that's just an ongoing argument in my head. I'm so sorry for that. So what I've been doing is just bucking up and just absolutely watching every darn documentary I can get my hands on excuse me, because I have to let that become my truth. I have to let that come to my mind. Long before, well, it's not killing them. I needed to come back to, wow, torture, abuse, horrific, living situations, like all that has to come so that I can do this way of life. So once you decide that you regard victimizing vulnerable non-humans, victimizing them, of course, by the way we treat them, the way we steal their babies from them, the way we force their labor, the way we have them produce 350 times more their natural ability, the way we discard them after a couple of years. So regard victimizing vulnerable non-humans as not morally acceptable. It's easy to go and stay vegan. I'm in for the long haul, people. I am. I'm in for the long haul. It's just a process, man. It is such a process. All right. What do you think of all that? It's a lot. I'll read it cleanly one more time. Being vegan is easy. Are there social pressures that encourage you to continue to eat, wear, and use animal products? Of course there are. But in a patriarchal, racist, homophobic, and ableist society, there are social pressures to participate and engage in sexism, racism, homophobia, and ableism. At some point, you have to decide who you are and what matters morally to you. And once you decide that you regard victimizing vulnerable non-humans is not morally acceptable, it is easy to go and stay vegan. Gary L. Francione. All right. I'm going to pray about that. I'm going to keep praying until I get all this down. But for today, challenges or not, I used my Urge jar. I checked to make sure I only ate vegan. I'm dizzy, as I suggested, so I'm going to take care of myself. I'm drinking all my water. I'm doing my prayers. I'm doing my exercise. And I'm trying to honor the planet. How about you? Share in the comments below. I'd love to know where you're at. And until we talk again, thanks for stopping by, and know that you're blessed.